Hey guys, Ali here. How are you doing? Welcome back to a Layman's Insight and another episode of Disco Elysium. I'm just about to pop into the cafeteria and get Garta to let me do some karaoke. As I said, it might be a little early in the day for it, but I still want to get him, get him on board with me doing it, because that whole place is just begging for a performance like me.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well. Bringing in that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Garta, I need to sing karaoke now.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
What, huh?
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. You need to approach this situation logically. Ask him why he has the PA system installed if you can't use it.
Why do you even have a PA system if no one gets to use it?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in 44?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
When was the last time you had a band play here?
It's not for bands, it's for clients. Some clients, okay? Not you.
I'm a real client, I pay my bills, and I have the right to use the karaoke machine.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
It's alright, I have my own song with me.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses.
Could be karaoke time right here.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself.
Hey, I'm gonna be the last one.
Oh yeah, time to do the damage.
Alright, goodbye. Here we go. It's a small audience, but it will do. This feels right. You belong here. Let's do
The
this.
stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Put your lips against the microphone to test it.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands?
Look around the room first.
There are some people out there, but mostly a post-meridian slumber has fallen on the premise. Not super lively. It would be wiser to perform in the evening, no?
That's what I was thinking.
Yours.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, you can always do it in the evening. It will be less scary with a lot of people.
Yep. And it'll also give me some time to get a drama point, because apparently I need that.
You feel
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke.
Oh man, it
carousel.
got worse. Got worse because I went too close to the mic. Okay. Drama. Okay, I'm going to have to wear the right clothes for that, I think, because I'm not going to be able to get enough points otherwise. Okay, so singing karaoke, that has progressed nicely. Alright. I can't get rid of Kim yet, can I? Or can I?
Yes?
You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Nothing, just an
You
observation.
have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you mean
I
distinctive?
hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
How's that?
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Ah.
Yes, but containers contain things. Shiny things. They're interesting.
You're kidding me. Why containers?
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Okay. We will move on then. He won't have anything new to say, will he?
Again?
Nah. Nah. Righto then. What does this leave me to do? Determine where the shot came from. Okay. I mean, it's too early to get rid of Kim, so... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that just now. I'm not quite sure where I need to go for this yet. And the secret passage. That secret passage, though. Have you got anything to say?
Hi again, Gendarme. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Okay. I'm going to speak to the poet. Obviously, we've got some information on Ruby. He knew who she was, because he was trying to obviously defend her, and then we forced him to give up some information, and now he hates us. I'm wondering now if he will be, you know...
Oh, look.
Oh.
It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Righto, well, I'll quick travel then to the fishing village and we'll get back to that basement, I think. Is that a good idea? I don't seem to be able to quick travel. I'm not sure why. Did I mess something up when I changed clothes? I don't think so. The thing I'm wearing now. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Actually. No. No, wait. Hold on a sec. No. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go to the basement to be able to progress any further from here. I just hope I don't close the door on Classia. Because that would suck a bit. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why the quick travel's not available for me. But we will continue on. So I changed my mind. I decided to talk to Everard after all to see if I can waste some of the time that's on the clock here. I really do want to do as much as I can before I'm going through a point where I believe I won't be able to go back. So I'm going to talk to Everard about the exchanges I had with Joyce and see what he has to say. He'll be like really pumped, I think.
So, the ship has sailed. Did you see it? I know you did. Tell me, what did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon?
There's a mean little light in its eyes.
Yeah.
Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
God damn, this guy.
His jaw is clenched, and his quadruple chin is quivering with hatred. This is decades of hatred speaking right now.
Why is he angry?
You get a sinking feeling. Oh my God, you've been played.
I don't understand what you mean.
Don't worry, Harry. He does. At least I think he does.
The lieutenant?
You wanted us to relay all this information to her.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade. They absolutely hate getting their hands dirty with that.
I didn't. I don't think I told her about the drug trade.
You can kill 1,000,000 people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
So this was your plan all along. Yeah, it's not like that. I'm not surprised by this so much. I am surprised at his reaction, though. I didn't think that there was so much animosity between him and Joyce, you know? How do you know she left?
Harry, I bugged her cabin. I bugged her whole boat. I had cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cap, but my boys advised against it.
Alright.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
So you've been listening to our conversations all the time?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
The Hardy Boys?
Hell no! They fuck it up. They can't do anything right. I mean my real boys. My special task force boys.
Alright.
Where are these boys?
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
So this was your plan all along, for me to relay this information to her?
Harry, I can't see into the future. We are all playing by ear on this planet. I had no idea she'd react so strongly.
But you did want me to relay the info to her.
I did. I knew the negotiations would go better with police officers telling her horror stories from inside the harbour. It's scarier this way. Turns out it was a magnificent strategy. I never thought it'd so fundamentally fuck her up.
Now I know why you've been so forthcoming.
No, Harry. What we have is real. We're working men. This here is real.
Like, let's be honest here. There was a part of me that wanted to share the information on both sides with both sides as well. So I don't think he used me. He may have wanted to, but I was quite willing. But do I really want to say thanks for letting me play a part? Or maybe he used that desire to share all information. Well, there's a... Yeah, okay, no, you did use me. You used me.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her.
God damn it, he's way ahead of me.
You kept it for yourself.
But she said she's insane, like me. You used my intellectual curiosity against me.
Against you? Oh, Harry, I'd like to think I used it for you.
But she told me a beautiful story about the discovery of the Insulinde.
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories. About all the interesting things they've done and seen. All the beautiful places they've been to. It's just sentimentalism. She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
But she said she's insane, like me.
She's not insane. What did she tell you?
His expression betrays extreme skepticism. That she's over-radiated from pale transit?
No, she's not. She's a sentimental alcoholic. They
What?
all are. Never take a drop and you'll be 8 laps ahead of those upper-class winos. Just like old Mr. Clare here. Try it. You'll be a real super detective.
Well, I've already been doing it throughout pretty much all of the games, so if that's what it takes, I'll do it for the working
Don't
class.
just say it, Harry. Do it. We gotta be more disciplined than they are, or we'll lose.
So what's going to happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone. Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
Let's see. I have a bad taste in my mouth. You better make sure this ends up saving lives.
That it will, Harry. That it will. As to the bad taste, please, you're not a sommelier. You're a cop. You knew something. Something big.
I did.
And you wanted to see what happens when you tell someone.
I did.
So you told her.
I did.
Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you, inside information is the sweetest thing in the world.
But it should be outside as well.
It's better than money. It's better than pussy.
Beg to differ.
Money only makes you special for some salesmen. Pussy only makes you special for yourself. Information makes you special for all mankind.
Indeed.
It's the ticket to history. Right on, Harry. What you did was participate in history. When history calls, you have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
You know what, Detective? I am going to leave this out of my report, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
Grand idea, Kim.
Just look at the three of us. The three careless boyaderos. Good times, good times.
Okay.
Okay. Hell yes it is.
So what now?
Now there's a whole lot of work to do. For me and for you. I suppose there was a reason you came here, so let's get to it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
Look, I got my gun.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry.
Oh,
You
yes.
can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Everard.
Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
You could say that. She tried to kill me.
I told you she was a piece of work, Harry. But I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again.
I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later. Alright. I think I remember saying that there was just something off about the guy from the first moment we set eyes on him. I'm not surprised that, you know, I just didn't expect the reaction of her leaving. That's the surprise there, because there was definitely bitterness and animosity there, and I thought he was more against what she represents rather than who she is. So I kind of got that part wrong. Let's talk to Leo again.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy... Mr. Everett doesn't...
Nah. Nothing new from there. We're at, what, 1521. What else can I do? What else can I do? Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna go. Unless I can find a book in the bookstore that will let me read it. Or I have something to read here. I'm really just trying to run down the clock right now. Interact. Do I have anything here to interact with? Not really. Not that I haven't already interacted with. I'm going to go to the bookshop.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Do any of these books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Hjelmdal in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him.
Oh, that's so sad.
Between the throne and the Hjelmdaler man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hjelmdal and the Devil Woman.
Devil Woman. Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hjelmdal novels.
Okay, we'll buy that.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Let's look through. Wow, more
Mountains
Hjelmdal.
of it.
Wow.
Heroic quantities of Hjelmdal.
All right. Let's have a look on this area. We're kind of plush with the cash, you know. So.
Board game boxes.
Oh.
There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
So what about all these Wirral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
Looking through... Okay, so I want to buy the Suzerainty.
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
Okay, let's look through the pile.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled
Love those.
Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Those Pick Your Path adventure games, I played a lot of those when I was younger. Anything that really catches my eye.
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Whoa!
That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
Nah.
Nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
Nah, it's a bit steep. Yeah, it's a bit out of my price range just now. Let's go see if there's any other books I could buy. I spent half my money already, so I better be careful. What was a thought here? No sane person would ever put their head in such a machine. What?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart crime fiction. These books...
Yeah, we've done this
more
before.
Not a single mention of all the stress this shelves...
Yeah, we've done that one before. Did I do this one as well? I feel like I've done... Oh, another thought. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
I'm gonna buy The Greatest Innocence.
The true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the read.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Holy balls.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I have looked up here already. I remember looking at this, especially to get the map.
It's not strictly about...
I mean, I stole some stuff last I checked. And I actually read the book in the store. It was quite funny. It was the Cockatoo book, wasn't it? Yeah, the Cockatoo book. Alright, I'm going to pop out the store here. She hasn't got anything new to say, does she?
Hello again, esteemed.
Nah. Okay, so I'm going to step out and I'm going to read a book to try and waste some of the clock in the day. Alright, let's read a book here. Interact with... We'll start with... Actually, we'll do the board game. Let's interact with the board game. A civilization building board game where you get to choose a nation and set off to colonize and exploit other cultures. A star-shaped note on the box proclaims the game now includes a completely new genocide option. Whoa.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work.
I'm going to remove the plastic.
The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance.
Open the box.
There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper, and ink, all wrapped in the sweet must of cardboard.
Let's read the rulebook.
Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel.
Economic strategy, more like rapacious plunder and exploitation.
The colourful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling. You begin to suspect there may be a political agenda to this so-called family game. Only one way to find out.
Keep reading.
The instructions are opaque at first and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
And how do you accumulate victory points?
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource.
Okay.
Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners.
I better read that advice.
Remember, there are many paths to victory in Suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly. Boring, boring, boring. Tear up this rulebook and commit some old-school atrocities.
How was the winner... No, isn't there a weight? Nah, how is the winner determined?
The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now.
Examine the components.
You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before you can play.
Okay, let's punch those out one by one.
Each cardboard token makes a satisfying ch as you pop it out. Soon, a neat pile of cardboard coins and counters has accumulated before you.
I don't know, I'm not a fan of the sound. I'm more of a kind of guy.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
Kim wants to play? Check out the wooden tokens.
In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several piles of colorful resource tokens, each representing one of the game's 4 principal resources. From the Empire of Sephre, orange apricot tokens. From Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, grey marble block tokens. From the Seminine Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens. And from Supra Muindi and Sara Maritza, magenta tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
This certainly sounds like a family game.
Oh, those are nice.
The lieutenant picks up a sugar token and admires it. Let's put the components away.
You hold the open game box before you.
Hey, Kim, wanna play?
The lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours. I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for...
Oh, come on, Kim. 6 hours? That would take me to where I need to be, I think. Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Does the lieutenant hate fun? Is he the fun police?
Damn. Who died and made you the fun police?
The lieutenant gives you a sour look. He may or may not hate fun, but either way, he does not appreciate your attitude.
Let's try again. 72%. Please, RNG. Please.
What is detective work if not an elaborate game? You need logical inference, attention to detail, the ability to analyze your opponent's motives.
Come on, it might help us think more creative solutions for the case.
I do feel like my thinking has become somewhat rigid. Maybe a little diversion to keep the mind limber is just what's in order.
See? He's doing the hard work himself. All he needed was a little nudge.
All right. You've convinced me. How do we play?
I read the rules already. I'll show you.
You explain the basic setup procedures to the lieutenant, who seems to be a quick study. You each take your bag of tokens and counters and unfold the board between you.
In the rain.
In the center is the crown of Revachon. Radiating outward are her colorful vessels, each one supplying some raw material desired by the suzerain. Apricots from Safre, archaeological treasures from Ilmarat, sugars from the Seminine Islands, and magenta cocaine from Supra Muindi and Sara Maritza. There's also a neat little log to keep track of your progress in case you need to put the game away and return to it later. The lieutenant goes first. He draws a contract card and moves several of his workers to the Safre territory of the board, and the others to the Seminine Islands.
All right, detective. Your turn.
You have a few options available to you. Will you try to fulfill contracts right away, or rearrange your workers to maximize production on future turns?
Definitely more of the long game kind of guy.
Remember what the rulebook said. You'll want to choose a strategy early on and stay committed to it.
Let your workers rest for a while.
What? It's the very beginning of the game. Your workers haven't even done any work yet.
Okay, make them work a little, but not too much.
That's more like it. You
God damn it.
produce a handful of archaeological treasures and a smattering of other resources. Meanwhile, the lieutenant spends 2 of his sugar and 1 of his apricot tokens to complete his contract card. He is rewarded with 4 coins and a round wooden token that he places in the center of the board.
Nice.
That's a market. It's worth 2 victory points.
Hey, why don't I get one of those?
Don't worry. It was mostly just luck. You'll earn some points soon enough.
What is that patronizing tone? You're one of the suzerain's trusted administrators.
You're damn right I am.
You need to put the lieutenant in his place.
I'm not even sure what the points are. That's part of the problem.
Points are nothing. They don't exist.
Indeed.
They're just an arbitrary convention that games use to reward or punish players for certain behaviors.
Oh, that makes sense.
Now, I believe it's your turn.
'Tis.
Glancing over the board, you see several possible strategies. Pressing more workers into service would increase your economic output and help you to survive a possible conflict with the lieutenant. Or you could ignore your labor supply and focus on fulfilling contracts for points and resources.
All right.
Those aren't your only options.
Really?
You could also show your workers how much you appreciate them by investing some of that wealth in them. After all, they're the ones producing wealth for the suzerain.
That's true.
Well, sure, you can do that. It's just not a terribly effective strategy, but then it's up to you.
Okay, I'm going to go for focus on fulfilling contracts. Or,
Who cares about workers or territories when the real action is in Revachol? You spend your turns fulfilling contracts for sweet coins and one-time bonuses. After several turns, you have a neat pile of cardboard coins and several units of archaeological treasure, which you trade in to build a museum.
Yes, I can have a house that will hold all the accolades and my legacy.
You place a cylindrical piece of wood on the Revachol section in the middle of the board. It's meant to stand in for a beautifully adorned edifice filled with ancient wonders.
That sounds fun.
Well played, detective. That museum is worth 3 victory points.
Now it's the lieutenant's turn to respond. He moves aggressively onto the Safri territory. Soon, his workers are producing a steady supply of extremely valuable apricots.
Oh, I love apricots.
How can you let the lieutenant dominate you like
I don't
that?
know. I don't
You
know.
need to hit back, and hard.
Okay.
For several turns, you struggle to respond to the lieutenant's burgeoning apricot empire. Eventually, you relocate the majority of your workers to Supremawindi and Saramaritsa, where they begin producing a bumper crop of cocaine tokens.
Of course, it had to be the drug trade.
You draw a new contract card. According to the text, there's an aristocrat willing to trade a large supply of cocaine for a number of coins and access to a rare bonus. Amplified music worth 7 victory points.
Oh, yes. I do like music and I do like points.
Oh yeah, baby. Cocaine and rock music go together like cocaine and rock.
Who'd have thought?
You've reached a critical strategic juncture. How do you respond to the lieutenant's aggression?
Well, I can't help but think that this will help me win the game, but what I would do is this. Give back to the workers. No, rock and roll. Go for the contract. Got to focus on the same objective throughout the game, remember?
It takes several turns, but you slowly begin accumulating the cocaine necessary to complete the contract. When you do, it practically rains cardboard coins on your side. Feels good, doesn't it? But you know what would feel even better?
You're gonna say drugs, aren't you?
Drugs. Specifically uppers. You should find some the first chance you
No, I'm a new man now. I don't want
get.
drugs.
While you daydream about speed, the lieutenant has built himself a formidable economic engine of his own.
Alright.
The end game is upon you. How will you spend the vast resources you've acquired for the glory of the suzerain? Flipping through the manual, you find the most expensive structure in the game, the Revacholian victory column, worth 12 victory points. If you can successfully build it, victory would be all but assured. Alternatively, you could try launching a trade war to crush the lieutenant's economy, or you could blow all that money on a public education system for your worker tokens.
Well, that's a possibility.
The choice is yours.
I have a lot of money coming in, so I'm going to build a public education system.
There's a reason very few players ever attempt to build a public education system for their worker tokens. It's extremely expensive and never pays off by design.
This is quite a piece of propaganda for a board game.
Your boondoggle nearly bankrupts the suzerain's treasury, and you suffer a significant penalty to your final score.
Damn it.
Ouch.
The lieutenant says, cringing at your spectacular failure. Stupid game is rigged. I would agree.
Come on, detective. You knew the rules of the game going in.
I knew them, but did I really understand them? Come on.
Now, let's tally up the scores, shall we?
Okay.
Computing the final scores is almost a game unto itself. You each spend an inordinate amount of time making stacks of coins, consulting tables, and struggling with basic addition and multiplication.
Really?
After double, then triple checking your maths, you have your final score.
Oh, here we go.
-5 victory points.
God damn
You'll
it.
be lucky if the suzerain doesn't have your whole family executed for such a pitiful performance.
Ah, sorry. Rip family, I'm so sorry, I failed you all.
I've got 20 points.
Well, no need to brag, eh?
Well, there's always next time. Figuratively, I mean. There's no way we have time to play this game again.
Oh, there's plenty of time.
Now, let's clean up and get back to work.
Okay.
You hold the open game box before you.
Oh, put the game away. Well, that was fun. That was fun. A game within a game. Very nice. I think that's a nice place to kind of bring the episode to the end. I think in the next episode I'm going to read those books we bought, and then with whatever time we have left, I'll probably do the karaoke, because then it should be evening time. Then once I've done the karaoke and talked to Classia without Kim, I can go back to the Feld building and really get some progress made on that main quest. But thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. It's always nice to find out those little nuggets of lore and stuff in a game like this. But if you did like it, obviously you can hit that button. If you're wanting to stick around for more in the future, make sure to hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on video releases when they go live. But for now, take care, and I will catch you in the next video.